You know, when Elon Musk speaks, the world listens. Not because he's just a billionaire, but because he says the quiet part out loud. And this time, when he talked about the real reason behind the U.S. shutdown, he didn't sugarcoat a damn thing.
But they changed the definition of asylum to be economic
Right.
asylum.
Which is everybody.
Which is everybody.
Yeah.
So
It's the lowest bar to prove.
Asylum is supposed to mean that if you go back to your country, you'll get killed. Right. You know, that's what we mean by asylum. That was what it's supposed to mean. They changed the definition of asylum to be you will have a decreased standard of living, which is obviously not real asylum. And you can test the absurdity of this by the fact that people who are asylum seekers go on vacation to the country that they're seeking asylum from. You know, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't have to.
When you understand the incentives, then you understand the behavior. So once the left realized that illegals will vote for them if they have open borders and combine that with government handouts, to create a massive incentive, they're basically using U.S. and European taxpayer dollars to provide a financial incentive to bring in as many illegals as possible to vote them into permanent power and create a one-party state. And I invite anyone who's listening to this just do any research, and the more you dig into it, the more it will become obvious that what I'm saying is absolutely true.
Well, they were busing people to swing states. It's clear that they were trying to do something. And then you had Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi who are actively talking about the need to bring in people to make them citizens because we're in population collapse.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's that meme.
Yeah.
Where so many times where they start off by saying it's not true. It's a right-wing conspiracy theorist.
Right.
Then it starts. Then it's like. I think the next step is, well, it might be true, and then it's like, okay, it is true.
But here's why it's
good. And then
good.
the final step is, yeah, it's true, and here's why it's good.
Yeah.
And it's like, but wait a second, you started off saying it's untrue and it's a right-wing conspiracy theorist. Now you're saying it not only is it true, but it's a good thing, and we must do more of it.
Well, this is the thing about Medicaid and Social Security and people getting Social Security numbers. You know, that
it's
were
massive
illegals.
fraud.
It's massive fraud, and it's real. And they denied it forever. And now we're finding out this is part of the reason why this is government shutdown that's going on right now.
Yes, the entire basis for the government shutdown is that the Trump administration correctly does not want to send massive amounts of, like, hundreds of billions of dollars to fund illegal immigrants in the blue states, or in all the states, really. And so the Democrats want to keep the money spigot going to incent illegal immigrants to come into the U.S. who will vote for them. That's the crux of the battle.
So they want to stop this. So what's going on right now is they have been funding these people. They've been giving them EBT cards. They've been giving them Medicaid, and they've been even housing.
And more
them.
than that, just like they were they were taking hotels, like 4- and 5-star hotels, like the Roosevelt Hotel being the classic example, was they were sending, I think, $60 million a year to the Roosevelt Hotel, to which all it did was house illegals. And it used to be a nice hotel. I mean, it still is a nice hotel. But all around the country, this was happening.
And all tax dollars.
Yes.
Yeah. And
the Trump administration cut off funding, for example, to the Roosevelt Hotel and these other hotels, saying like it's U.S. tax dollars should not be sent to have luxury hotels for illegal immigrants that American citizens can't even afford, which obviously is the case. That's insane. That's what was happening. They were also giving out like debit cards with $10,000. So it's not just about medical care.
Yeah.
The Democrats mention the medical care because they're trying to prey on people's empathy as much as possible. And then they imagine, oh, wow, somebody has a desperately needed medical procedure, and shouldn't we maybe take care of them in that regard? But what they do is they divert the Medicaid funds and turn it into a slush fund for the states that goes well beyond emergency medical care. And New York and California would be bankrupt without the massive fraudulent federal payments that go to those states to pay for illegals, to create a massive financial incentive for illegals.
How would they be bankrupt because of that?
They wouldn't be able to balance their state budgets, and they can't issue currency like the Federal Reserve can.
And so their ability to balance budget is dependent upon illegals getting funding?
The scam level here is so staggering.
He basically said what millions of Americans have been thinking but were too scared to say, that the government isn't broke because of lack of money. It's broke because of a system built on waste, control, and political theater. Musk called it out straight. Washington isn't shutting down because of a financial emergency. It's shutting down because of an accountability emergency. He pointed to the way trillions get printed and tossed around for endless wars, foreign aid packages, and bloated bureaucracies, while Americans are struggling with rent, small businesses are dying, and the national debt clock is spinning so fast it might as well be a time bomb. Elon basically said, if this were a company, the CEO and CFO would have been fired a decade ago. And he's right. The U.S. government is running the world's largest corporation, except it's not accountable to its shareholders, the American people.